Plot twist. I'm gonna lean into the fantasy stuff again.
Here
And I
we go.
remember
No, I don't.
no,
I'm
okay.
gonna be honest. I mean, I butchered the guy's name already. I gotta look that up and write it down.
Welcome to Ordinary Effort, where a bunch of random guys get some random baseball players and try not to biff the grid. I'm Mike here with my buddy Josh. We are on Immaculate Grid 277. And Josh, I don't think we've done a lot of Rockies. I think we have shied
No.
away from Rockies because we don't know many of them. But
Yeah. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, not one of my favorite teams to do. Yeah, I mean, A's as well. I mean, so yeah, this will be a tricky one, but you also get that play catcher one game, which could be interesting. So,
yeah,
um,
I like these one because it's so
yeah,
wide open. It's so
yeah,
wide open when one game, and that could be it can literally be an inning. Yeah, I think
yeah,
it might be one play if they played
it
one
could
play with
be.
the shift.
Yeah,
Well, not for catcher, obviously, but um, do you want to start with the Rockies row?
yeah, let's do it.
Like, I don't know, just throwing darts here. Uh,
Rockies, Cubs. I mean, Chris Bryant, right, is the one we can't do. So
no, we
obvious,
can't
like,
do that. Jamie Moyer
um, mm, yeah.
pitched for both. You've also got oh, I just
Uh,
oh, Daniel Murphy played
yep.
for the Rockies and the Cubs. Um,
Mike Talkman, did he play for the Rockies? I know he's playing for
oh,
the Cubs right now. I want to say before he came over, oh, you know who else works here is DJ LeMahieu.
oh, that's
Um,
right. I forgot that DJ had started
started
on
his
the
career with
yeah.
Chicago. Although I feel like I'm surprised that a lot of people I've seen on Instagram people suggest that. So
Mhm.
people know that. But anyway, I think Talkman works for Rockies Cubs, but you might have some others.
Okay, so I do have one more. We've talked about him. We didn't use him. I think it was for Phillies Cubs,
Mm.
but Turk Wendell
Oh,
pitched
yeah,
for the Rockies
you're
and
right.
pitched for the
Yeah,
Cubs.
I like that a lot. I
You want to
mean,
go with Turk? Good old Turk. I think you referred
yeah,
to him as
good old Turk. Let's do it.
one of my Mets guys. I feel like I could just all my guys are Mets guys. Point two percent, and they
Yes.
got the Mets hat on there for Turk.
That classic Mets hat too. I love that.
They're missing the shark tooth necklace, but we'll
Hmm.
let it slide. Um,
Rockies A's.
Rockies is yeah. I've got another Met for this one.
Oh, beautiful.
Plot twist. Uh, Jay Payton was on
Oh,
the 2000 World Series team with the Mets, but he also played some outfield for the A's and he played outfield for the Rockies.
I like that. Yeah, I was wondering for a second if Tyler Wade ever, he's bounced around a bunch of teams post Yankees and
I don't know if he played for Colorado.
Colorado. Yeah,
He's on
definitely
the A's in 24.
Oakland.
Yeah. Um,
Oakland Angels, Padres now. I think you're right. Probably not Colorado, but I like Jay Payton.
you know, Jay
I'm
Payton.
let's not overthink
If
it.
I can I fill out this grid with all Mets? That was
Yeah.
I don't want to like
Yeah.
take over the grid with my Mets guys,
No,
but
I
I
like
mean the
that.
Jay Payton
Another
0.6%.
Mets hat. Love
That's right,
it.
baby. Yeah, let's keep it going. Rockies played catcher
Catcher.
one game. Okay, so triple play is in play here if we get a
Ooh.
gem. Um,
Yeah, this is where I have a hard time.
I'm gonna lean into the fantasy stuff again because
Okay.
there's a couple guys here. Do you remember Willian Rosario?
Yeah, I do. That's right. That's right.
And I think he
Yeah.
only played for the Rockies. So, and he had a couple good seasons. I feel like people might remember him. You've also got Tom Murphy,
Oh, hmm.
who I
Doesn't
believe,
ring a bell.
yeah, I don't think he's ever been like exclusively. I mean, there's very few full-time starting catchers anymore,
Right.
but I think he was like mostly a backup to I want to say Elias Diaz within the last
Okay.
couple of
It's
years.
gonna say Diaz. Yeah, yeah.
But there's
Oh
another
wow.
guy,
Here
and
we go.
I remember this because in fantasy, you know how like you can see when like how many games a guy has. If you don't know this, there's a way you can see how many games a player has left, either as a starter or as just
Yes.
an appearance for positional eligibility. And I had
Yep.
this guy. Do you remember Jordan Pacheco?
No, I don't.
No.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be honest. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't
So
think about Jordan.
so Jordan
Um,
Pacheco was, I believe, a third baseman, but
well,
he played a few games and they were talking about playing him more at catcher. And I picked him up hoping that he would get, I mean, I don't know, he wasn't, I don't know why I wanted him on my fantasy team. I think I was
yeah,
in that phase where I was like, if he has catcher eligibility, he's great.
you never know.
But he
We
I don't think
gotta
he ever
use
played. I
him.
don't think he. Yeah, I don't think he
I
played
mean,
5
yeah.
games. So he never quite got the eligibility, but I know he played a couple games at catcher over a couple seasons. And for the triple play, Jordan Pacheco,
Yeah.
0.3%. Look at this,
There it
Rockies.
is. Thanks to fantasy baseball. I love
Oh,
that.
we're gonna get heavily into this stuff now that we're not on like Hall of Fame
Oh yeah.
anymore. Heavily
Yeah.
into the fantasy. Um,
You want to jump
where,
down to Twins maybe?
yeah, sure.
Twins, Cubs. Hmm.
Twins, Cubs.
So thinking there's got to be some like relievers. What do you got in mind?
Michael Fulmer
Oh yeah. Yep.
is the first one that comes to mind for me. He
Yep.
might be the only one that comes to mind for me. Andrelton Simmons, I think.
Andrelton Simmons was
Yeah,
just gonna say, yep.
yep. And I
That
feel
works
like we
here
might have,
too.
I feel like we might have used him for this exact box like very early
Mm,
on, like grid 7, 8, 9. I think it was one of the first ones where we had
yeah.
Tom and Kyle on, but he works here. You've also got, I mean, again, Rich Hill, who played for
Yeah.
everybody. Um, but Fulmer,
If it's
I don't
between
think
Fulmer and Simmons, I'm trying to think who scores a little better for us. Or if there's someone we're not thinking about.
there's got to be. I mean, I'm sure
I'm
there's
sure
quite a
there
few we're not
is.
we're not thinking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Um,
Hmm. I mean, I'm okay with like not mulling it over too much longer. Nothing's popping into mind.
yeah, agreed.
Uh,
Um, I think I don't know. I would probably go Fulmer. I think, but I could be swayed either way. I mean, it's a toss up of who's rarer here. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, we've used both of them.
Yeah,
Um, I don't even, not that I don't care, but like, I think it's 6 of one, half a
it's
dozen of the
gonna be
other.
similar. Let's go Fulmer, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
let's go with the reliever. 2%. All
Okay,
right.
nice. I thought that might be higher. I like that. Um,
So Twins A's Josh Donaldson
yeah.
right away played for both.
You've
Um,
also got Trevor Plouffe, who played
mm,
Twins, A's, Rays,
Phillies, I think too.
Phillies. You're right.
Okay, I like
I
that.
don't think, yeah, I don't think a lot of people remember him playing for the A's and I think he works here. Um,
Yeah, I'm down to go with Trevor Plouffe for this one.
uh,
4%.
4%. Okay. Shout out
Okay,
Trevor. Put some great content out there too on socials. So, um, Twins catcher. Did IKF ever catch for the Twins? Get one of those games in?
that's a great question.
He's usually like on the teams he's been on, he's been like the emergency catcher.
Yeah, so I know he played more catcher in Texas,
Hmm.
and I think he stopped. I don't
Yeah.
know if he stopped before or after he was on the Twins. I
Who's
mean,
the guy in the Twins who just plays every position? Astudillo?
Willens Estudillo, yeah,
I feel like the book is out on him. Maybe people know that about him.
a little bit. Oh, okay, so Mitch Garver pitched,
Yeah,
caught for the Twins for a few years, and then you also
yeah,
have. Do you remember Jason Castro? I think he was
yes, yeah.
Twins Astros. He had a
Mm.
couple decent seasons for them too.
Christian Vasquez is the current catcher, right? I mean, or at least
Hmm,
last season was, so probably not the
yeah,
best one here. I like Castro.
you gonna go Jason Castro?
I think that's a good one.
I'm just gonna give it a beat and see if I can think of anybody else, but nothing's cropping up for me. I don't Joe Mauer, but we're not putting Joe
Yeah.
Mauer here. That's too
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah.
All right, Jason Castro, 1%.
Okay, nice.
Sweet. All right.
All right.
Let's
Blue
finish it out
Jays.
with Blue Jays.
So Blue Jays, Cubs. You've got Marcus Stroman, but I think that'll be pretty common.
Yes.
Um,
Uh, so I like to think of guys that played with these players.
hmm.
Julian Merriweather
Oh,
is really he started, I think, a couple of years ago with the Jays, and I don't know if he's still on the Cubs. Also, you remember Mike Montgomery?
I
He was
don't know.
I know I'm confident he was on the Cubs, and I believe he pitched in Kansas City. I cannot remember. It probably takes him off the table for me, but I can't remember if he played for the Jays. Um, but I mean, I think Merriweather. I know Merriweather has pitched for both, and I think
Yeah.
he'll be less rare, more rare, sorry, than Stroman for
Oh,
sure.
for sure. Yeah. Just to question David Wells, right? Pitched for the Jays, never for Cubs, right? I mean, he's played for so
White
many
Sox, not the
teams.
Cubs.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
Blue
no,
Jays,
he.
White Sox
Yep,
works. Yeah. Yeah, I think we go Merriweather. I think you're right. That's a good one. Let's do it.
Julian Merriweather, 2%.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, like these low numbers.
It's a pretty good grid here. Blue Jays, A's, Matt
Blue Jays.
Chapman, but I think again that's real common. I'm not right now.
Yep.
I'm the common guy. I'm gonna get the ones that people on Instagram are like, "How did you not list Matt Chapman?" Well,
Right, right.
we thought
Um,
about it. We're just not using him.
yeah, no,
Um,
we're aware that
we
he's done
know
this, but
about Matt Chapman.
we're going for a rarefied air grid at this point. Now that we've had the taste of success.
we need it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember Billy
Oh,
Koch, closer? He was, I want to
rings a
say, it
bell.
was probably like 15 years ago, like mid 2000s, I think, which is more than 15 years, almost more than 15 years ago, but like
Yeah.
probably mid to late 2000s. He was on the A's, he was on the Jays, and I think the White Sox. He's a Long
Okay.
Island guy, actually.
Mm,
But he works here.
okay.
And
The
well,
other
so does Josh
one,
Donaldson.
Josh Donaldson. I was gonna say
Yeah.
too, when we had Joe Arico on,
Mm.
check out that grid, like a Blue Jays almanac.
Grid 230.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
230, rarefied air, really good one. Check it out.
Fantastic grid.
Joe's great. Um, I didn't know, but he told us that Jose Canseco played for the Blue Jays.
Oh
Kind of blacked
yeah.
that out. I don't know how many people
Didn't
know
Matt
that.
Stairs
Matt
also he
Stairs
was one of yeah.
too. So
Ooh.
Jose Canseco works for Jays A's, but
Oh.
I don't know how many people remember that.
I know we
I
said that we
didn't.
didn't remember
Um,
Canseco on the Jays at all. Joe said it was not a pretty sight.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with Canseco or Coke, I think.
Is it Coke or Koch? Either way,
Notch, who
I think it
knows?
was yeah. Um,
I'll let you make the call. I think
I,
either are pretty good
I'm
ones here.
we've used Canseco before. You want to just
Let's
go with
do
a new guy,
Yeah,
Billy
let's do it.
Koch, because we're
Yeah, I don't
versatile and
think
we
people
know
are thinking Billy Koch. I mean, I butchered the guy's name already.
1%.
Nice.
I feel like
Uh,
Canseco would have been better.
I
Maybe
don't
not. He was
know.
pretty
I
well
don't
known on the
know.
A's.
Yeah,
Rookie of the
exactly. You're right.
year. You know, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Jay's catcher.
I mean, yeah, Jansen Kirk. Maybe. I mean, IKF is on the Jays now. I don't know if he's played catcher for them yet. Probably not.
I don't think so. Who was it? Gabriel Moreno
Yeah,
played a
Moreno, I
couple
was
games
gonna
for them
say,
before they traded for Varsho. I did Varsho might have played,
yeah, he might work
caught
as
a couple
well.
games. I know he's exclusively an outfielder now.
But he might
So
have, yeah.
trying to go back a little bit here. Do you remember JP Arancibia? Probably 10,
And no,
12
I
years
know.
ago.
Yeah, look that up and write down.
Yeah, so he was supposed to be. They had, I think, decent hopes for him. Never
Okay.
quite panned out, but he played catcher for them. And then there's also I'm going to dip into the Mets pool again here, but Josh Tolley.
Oh, yeah.
When they traded R.A. Dickey, when the Mets traded
Hmm.
R.A. Dickey to Toronto, Tolley, I believe, was part of the trade because he was the knuckleball catcher. He caught
Mm,
Dickey's games, and I feel pretty good that he will be low.
yeah.
I think Aaron Sabia will also be low, but I think Josh Tolley was is probably the more rare for
Yeah.
this.
I
Um,
love that. I also yeah, I love trying to remember those guys who came over with trades. That's even
yeah,
better that he came over as like a
I'm really
personal
trying
catcher
to. Yeah,
situation. Like, I mean,
I'm really trying to
Yeah.
like find those guys who it's like, oh, the blockbuster name, but then who was like that guy
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
back end of the trade that nobody really paid
100%.
attention to? Not that I
Yeah.
mean, Just totally had, he was fine. Um,
I say go for it. We got a chance here to
all
do a
right,
good grid score here.
Just totally
You
13%.
see, yeah.
This is fantastic. 2% for Josh Tolley.
Okay.
Uh, we have
Man,
another rarefied air grid under 15, which again,
we
I'm sure
sure
there's people on
do.
Twitter who are laughing at this because this is 100 times higher than their worst score, but this is good
Listen,
for us. This is
check the name of our channel. It's Ordinary Efforts. All right. Like we're getting excited that we got a 13 here. We got one, two, three hidden gems. This is a
yeah,
beautiful grid. I'm happy with it.
love it. Yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
great. Thrilled. Thrilled with this grid.
Yeah.
A lot of random backup catcher. Well, I mean, it's easy to get catchers on there when that's a category, but like a good amount of relievers too.
Yeah.
Gonna lean into this some more
Yes.
too.
Good one.
All right. So rarefied air, 13 overall rarity score, ordinary effort on Instagram and TikTok. And I mean,
We'll
keep
be
coming.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.